right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Blockbuster Brothers. That was all right. I was going to say comment on the emoji, but they can't see your screen, so I'll have no clue what I'm talking about. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Blockbuster Brothers. Today we are talking about the just released trailer from A24, Marty Supreme, starring Timmy Chalamet, and he is playing the famous ping pong player. And is a story about, back in the day. I don't know if I have the exact date to it, Stephen. He'll be able to provide a little bit more information with a log line. But I was really excited about this. Obviously we get a little bits and pieces from Forrest Gump of the ping pong story and how it's been prolific around the world with the competitions. This is, I was ragging on in a couple of our other episodes about, not having lighthearted movies and movies about hope. And I think we got one here that seems like it's a fun, light topic of ping pong, but you can find grander themes within small stories. And that's what I'm feeling here is that even though as ping pong and juvenile as it might seem, I think this is what anime has tapped into, is that sometimes subverting your expectations, especially as people watching art, does a service to the grand story. Because sometimes I think, we get overwhelmed, or, we have all those war stories. When you bake something down to something unique and maybe something that even seems juvenile or not deserving of a whole movie, I think it actually is refreshing. And this story feels refreshing to get a story about ping pong and have it be a period piece as well. So those were two kind of stories that I feel like, all right, this is fresh. Timmy's on a little roll right here, and I'm going to say keep on the heater. I'm excited about this one. I want to go into a little bit more into the director, but Stephen, what are your thoughts on this?
This is A24's most expensive film to date. So
wow.
This is kind of funny with a $70 million budget. So, A24 has made a living on being the smaller production company that invests kind of into smaller projects, and they do well in the box office with low budgets. And now it seems like they've kind of breaking through to become your traditional, production company, which we'll find out how that works out. But a little log line. The film follows Marty Reisman, a young man with a dream of ping pong greatness that others dismisses, as he navigates challenges and pursues his ambitions in 1950s America. The film also includes, the cast also includes Gwyneth Paltrow and Odessa Ezion. I'm going to butcher that probably. But, a part of this big budget is they had filming locations in New York City and Japan. I'm excited about this because anything, just like I felt like with Sinners, even though I didn't enjoy it that much, I said this is a very original, unique film, and I'm all for it. And we need more of these movies like this. Timmy is on a heater. Brian is absolutely right. I thought his acting even leveled up in the Bob Dylan film that he did previously. And from the mini glimpses we got in the trailer, I'm certainly excited to watch him perform in this as well.
And then just a little bit about the director, Josh Safdie. Please correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. You know what? He's a director that I've been following and picked up ever since he did Good Times with Robert Pattinson. And he has heart. He knows how to, even with his smaller stories, I feel like he's actually the perfect pair for A24, because he's got these grittier, smaller stories, really connects to what resonates as being a human and living life. And that's what I think is the soul. When you feel soul, it's that you feel that there's truth and realness within those characters and the story they tell. I believe in him as a director. So I think that this is an instance of a director who deserves and has proven that they can have earned the right to get a bigger budget. He's performed on smaller budgets. He did uncut gems afterwards. Little, people love that movie. It wasn't my favorite because I think, again, I don't like to see people unravel like that. And maybe it reminds me a little bit too much of my own life. But you know what? I think you have to give it credit for it being a good movie. He's delivered a couple bangers in a row, and I think he's going to deliver again with this bigger budget. He's cementing himself more and more as an auteur, and I think that this is going to be great. I'm really excited for this one. Maybe I'm biased because I do love ping pong. I got to admit, I am a ping pong fan. Stephen and I have dueled it out many a times. So maybe this will rejuvenate the ping pong community. Not that it's gone away at all. But any last notes, Stephen?
No, that's it, folks. I think we're looking forward to this one for sure. And again, gotta support great artistic projects that are unique and don't feel like $1 billion were put into them just for the sake of making money. This feels like a very authentic venture. And so, yeah, we're excited. Thanks for watching us react to the trailer of Marty Supreme.